Hello guys, it's me. Um, I am doing a video today. I'm playing with filters today on my photo booth, and this is my favorite filter. So, alright. So today I want to talk about something that I'm an expert in, and that is isolation. And I know, like, people, it's funny because I've been in isolation for 5 years, due to like some really insane stalking. And it's so I know all about how to not go crazy while you're in isolation. For most people now, it has to do with that virus. I have my own theories on the virus, but I just kind of keep that to myself and only tell certain people. I don't feel a need to share it publicly. But yeah, so I want to give some tips on how to survive this quarantine from someone who is like an expert at being a recluse. All right. So first thing that I'm seeing is don't get fat during this quarantine. I got fat during my quarantine for other reasons, but don't do it because then you're going to have to lose the weight when the quarantine's over. None of your clothes are going to fit, and it's not going to be good for you. And what I'm finding out is that when you lose weight, your body is not necessarily the same as it was before you gained weight, even if you lose it and get back to that weight. And that is kind of a shock. So it's kind of disheartening because on Facebook I'm seeing all kinds of like memes about, like, before the quarantine, after the quarantine, people are really fat. They're eating like all their snacks in one day that they have made for the month or whatever. I understand it's easy to do that when you're home all day and you're bored and you're stressed or anxious if you're watching the news and stuff, but I don't recommend that either. But what I recommend though is that you stick with the diet, and it's also a great time to kind of incorporate intermittent fasting and kind of bring that into your lifestyle, because that's excellent for anti-aging and for your overall health and healing of the body. Fasting is a great way to lose weight, to maintain weight, and then also some people use it for a spiritual practice. I would recommend, if you want to know more about intermittent fasting, Tom DeLauer is a really good channel. Dr. Berg is a really good channel. If you look up intermittent fasting, it's a good topic to get into. Also, it inspires in autophagy in the body, and that it's kind of like a self-eating of dead cells and like old debris in the body, and the body just it's like some kind of function, but it also helps with anti-aging and makes your skin look beautiful and all that stuff. So, okay, so number one, don't get fat. Maintain your weight. Number two, stay mentally stimulated. I know people kind of go stir crazy. The more extroverted people go a little cuckoo when they have to be in all the time. One thing that I am doing right now is a program called The Artist Way, and it's by Julia Cameron, right here. And with The Artist Way, it's basically a 12-week course, and this has been used by so many people to unlock creative blocks that you may have. It's not only for writers, it's for any kind of artist. If you find that you're just kind of in a lull in your life, then definitely look into this program. Basically what it is, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of moduled in a weekly. Oh, you can't really see. Okay, in a weekly classes, and it has to do with like your sense of safety, your sense of identity, sense of power, integrity, possibility, abundance. It goes over all the core fundamentals that you need to kind of feel safe in your own creative process. And then also expect to spend 2 to 3 hours a week working on this, because you're going to have different activities in here. And every morning you're going to have to write your morning pages. And what the morning pages are is immediately upon waking in the morning, you write 3 pages of just free flow information that just comes to you. You don't, it's not like you have to write like, a book or a novel or even like a diary or whatever. It's just whatever you're thinking. Just write it on. You have to write 3 pages like in a notebook, and then you're done. You do it every morning. Don't let anybody see your morning pages. It's your own private stuff. I find that I'm not very good in the morning. I generally don't feel very well in the morning. So what I am doing is I'm doing like before bed pages, and hoping that will work. At least I'm doing it. I'm getting it in, whatever. And I find that I'm creative or more thoughtful before I go to bed. Okay. Number 3, video chat. I find I'm big on video chat. I video chat all the time. I haven't been able to have a cell phone for 5 years thanks to my stalker, who hacks every phone that I get. So I had to make do with video chatting and talking to people online. And I find it's actually better because you can see and interact with the person that you're speaking with, and it's much more personal. And it's also a good way, since everybody's on quarantine now and you're not seeing your boyfriend or your girlfriend, very often. I've had boyfriends that were like not in, not where I live and in other cities and stuff like that. And we would have our like video chat dates and like get a bottle of wine and like have dinner and stuff and just talk and get a little tipsy. And, after a while you don't even like, it's kind of like being together, and it kind of helps. It's just it's a good tool to have. If you're not in a video chat, it's not that bad. Eventually you just get used to it. Then this is also another time that's good for parasite cleanses and detox programs, because you're at home. You have access to, rest. When you're doing a detox, you have access to your bathroom when you're doing a detox, which is important. As you guys know, I'm a big proponent of the Turpentine Cleanse by Dr. Jennifer Daniels. I started it February of last year, and by August I had cleared all of the Lyme biofilm out of my body. There was tons and tons of biofilm. The turpentine basically goes in and strips out all that kind of, biofilm and mucoid plaque and all that stuff out of your body. I no longer really, I haven't had any Lyme biofilm since then, and I've had no symptoms of Lyme anymore. Everything pretty much went away after being on the turpentine for 6 months. And that was on 4-day on and 2-day off intervals the entire time. And then also mixed with coffee enemas, which are amazing too. So what you want to do is, Spartacus, come on. What you want to do is, take this time out to do parasite cleanses. I know that there are other ones you can do. You can buy them from Walmart. But I didn't find those to be as effective, the ones that came in the bottle. I did it pre-turpentine, and I didn't really see anything or, feel any different. But turp worked for me. I know I had done jelly juice for a while with cabbage and Himalayan salt and the distilled water and that, the fermented, but it just tasted so bad. I was sad every time I had it, but it did work as a detox. So look up what's right for you, but we have nothing but time. So you may as well, self-care is the most important thing. And then also fasting. I think I covered that in number 1. And then plan your own business. If you are someone who is currently not working because of the quarantine, and you're, maybe not happy with your job or not happy with where your life is going, take this time out to maybe plan a home business. Think about what you want to do. Make this like the research phase of your life, of your next step in life. Who really knows what's going to happen after, during this whole load of nonsense that's going on right now. Who knows if we're going to be able to go back to life as before. I mean, I will, because I'm a recluse. But other people, like, who knows? I'm currently planning a few businesses right now and getting everything in order. So use the time wisely, And then another thing that you can do is video journal, or even have handwritten journal every day of how you're feeling during this period, your emotions, just to kind of keep track of things, because one thing that I know is when you are home every day and isolated, the days kind of like melt into each other, and it can go by faster than you like. So I video journal a lot. I do Facebook Lives a lot. Just to keep track of day-to-day things and, what's going on, how I'm feeling. It's mostly me basically chronicling the stalking. So I do that, but normal people who are not viciously stalked by maniacs, just, for self-reflection, and then look back at this later. Let's see, what else do we got? If you are used to going to the gym and working out, I found that Amazon and YouTube have super awesome free exercise classes. You can look up any kind of workout that you want, and they have tons and tons of them on there for free. And then also another tip: turn off the mainstream media news. It's all fear-based. It's all crap. If I were you at this point in time, I would start looking into alternative media news, because you're going to find a different perspective if you're not already there. Most people I know are into alternative media, but yeah, definitely look into that. Look into conspiracy theories. Open your mind up. Not all of them are conspiracies, and a lot of them are of what we've been saying for the past decade as conspiracy theorists. It's happening now. So we're not all cuckoos. Another thing that you can do, that I do, I make music playlists on YouTube, and I find that I am kind of emotive when it comes to music, and you hear that song, and all of a sudden you're back in that place, back 10 years ago, and oh, I love the song. I make playlists of happier times, of times when life was going well, and I was happy, and things were going good, and there wasn't a whole lot of stress. And I find that when I get into that place with music, that I can get back in a more positive mindset. So yeah, do whatever. And then I also, I've been into Jungian archetypes and deeply into shadow work lately. And I find shadow work super, super interesting because I have Pluto in the first house in my astrology chart, and we're kind of like the deep thinkers. We're willing to go like to the pit of hell, basically, to find answers, which is a problem. Anyone who knows me knows that this is true. So, yeah. But yeah, so I've been doing a lot of shadow work and looking into the anima and the animus and the different archetypes and you know, all that kind of stuff. Jordan Peterson has really good information and seminars on YouTube. Look up Jordan Peterson. He gives a very deep intellectual perspective on things. And then also look up, you know, Carl Jung, Jung. Excellent information there. Let me see, what else am I into? That's what I'm into right now, that and health. Yeah, because I've been on a healing journey for the past year, and I've been very serious about detoxing my my soul of things and my physical body and my spirit and everything of things that aren't healthy. And I've lost 40 pounds since, and I feel a lot better. I'm carrying on with the health journey and probably hoping to lose more weight, and as I am now, again, back in ketosis. But yeah, definitely just use your time wisely. Don't get caught up in the hype and everything. And I don't know. I think I don't even know how I feel about this whole virus thing going on. I do know how I feel, but I have kind of unorthodox ways of looking at things. So I'm not, that's like a whole other video, but I don't even know if I'm going to do that. So, but I'm going to stick with what I'm an expert at. But yeah, definitely look into The Artist's Way. Get the book. It's very, very good. And then I go to the dollar store and I get these like things for my morning pages, these little like $1 journals, and they're pretty cool. So, yeah. Okay. So I just wanted to give you guys some advice and some tips and what I do to get through isolation. Yeah. So. Alright guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.